Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy. Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Skrilla, man. Shout out to I Said It, the celebrity interviewer. You dig what I'm talking about, man. Sponsored by
What up? It's Dead Well, music exec, music manager, entrepreneur. Yo, shout out to the celebrity interviewer. I Said It, the show.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I am Chicago's own national award-winning spoken word artist, Just Mike the Poet. I'm here to give a shout out to celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What's happening? It's your boy Cam Jones, man. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer I Said It show.
Yo, it's the originator Jazzo, y'all. Make this real quick, man. Shout out to I Said It Management. Doing it big.
Shout out to you, man. Like, over the years, I see you everywhere, at every major event, covering every major thing, always supporting every artist that you encounter. So, you know, definitely don't want this time to pass without saying thank you for always being a support to any and everybody that's coming in and out of Chicago. We definitely appreciate you.
Tune in. I'll be with the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet, for the I Said It show.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Dean Most Photography giving a big shout out to my main man, celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What up, it's your boy Dave Tolliver from the legendary Minute Large, and right now you're checking out the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the show, baby. Yeah, it's all being brought to you by
My name is celebrity interviewer I Said It.
You niggas always claim to keep it so real, but you need to go somewhere with that low budget player ball trophy that you really got at Pop-Up Bells. You should be walking the right way. With the same, you should be walking the right way. You niggas faking the phone.
The way you looking at me, I'll make you feel the glory, make you yesterday's story. I rip the mic so metaphors till it blows. I'll be the Eljay doing me, you better know. Yo, fuck the L kid, let me smoke with you, bro. 0 to 0, I saw my face like
Throwing that artificial, I ain't feeling ya. I'm just saying. Let's get down to business, super pimpin', no competition.
Peace. Hey, definitely. What's up, y'all? I'm definitely going to welcome you all back. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, the legendary Mimie. How you doing, Mimie?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. Man, we have some celebrities, some legends backstage. You know what I'm saying? Some icons. Man, this is going to be a really exciting show. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling today, man? Here at the square table.
Look, I had this little accident last week, but I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? It's a weekend, and I'm still, hurting and going through it. But at the end of the day, this is important, and I just had to show up. You know how that goes. Can't miss it for the world at the square table.
Absolutely. Where you come get back on your square, only at the square table. And so I just want to go through one by one, and I want to bring in our guests. I'm going to start with the man. We have a local celebrity. She's a radio host. Man, she really does it all. She's a youth outreach advocate. And man, she goes by the name of She Bananas. So I want to bring her on the screen. Peace. How you doing, Queen?
Well, hello there. Happy Thursday. How y'all feeling today?
Hi.
Good.
I'm in my car. Don't. Man, I do so much. I promise you. Like, I just left the youth, Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Hey, so next I want to bring in my brother all the way from, man, he's all the way on the other side of the coast. You know what I'm saying? About the West Coast. And actually, this brother is OG Kokane. He's a hip hop pioneer. He's the king of G Funk. Most collaborations ever and recorded in hip hop. Like, come on, like who does that? I'm talking about the one and only CEO of BudEboy Music. And he goes by, like I say, the name of OG Kokane. I want to bring him in right now. Appreciate you. Salute, brother.
Hey, yo, King, what's going on? Salute, King.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'm glad you made it here, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Now I got one more person. Absolutely, absolutely. Then I want to bring in another good friend of mine. You know, all of my friends are here, but she's actually all the way on the other side of the world. She's all the way in the Netherlands, holding it down, and she's actually another hip hop pioneer. She's the first Dutch female MC, first female Asian MC in hip hop, and the MC of Ultramagnetic MCs. And I'm talking about the one and only CEO of Star Gold Status, and she's my brand ambassador. So I want to introduce the one and only Eljay Wick, better known as Eljay Fresh. Been rapping since 1982. Peace, Queen. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, LJ. Happy day, Queen.
Thank you. How
Salute,
are
salute.
you? Salute.
Man, I'm glad you can make it.
Yeah, I just woke up.
She's actually, I know she's 7 hours ahead.
Wow.
Yes, so it's 1 o'clock midnight over here. That's why I look so sleepy.
No, that's okay. We don't see it. We don't see it.
We
We don't
now
even
we don't
feel
see
it.
the sleepiness. We feel the energy, Queen. We feel the energy
Thank
over
you.
here.
Yes.
Thank you. I love you all.
So absolutely, absolutely. I'm so glad that everyone can be here today. Like I said, you know, welcome to the square table where you come get back on your square, only at the square table. And today's topic is actually parental jealousy of their children, or better word, it's parental jealousy of the children, or whatever the case may be. First, I just want to speak a little bit about, real briefly, what that means to me. And then I'll pass the mic to Mimie, and then it's going to go down to LJ, to She Bananas, back up to Kokane. But with that being said, what is parental jealousy of their children? To me being a person, I'm the only one here that don't have no kids, I don't have no children. But with that being said, you know what I mean, y'all gonna be really informative and just educating the people what this really means. But in my opinion, I see this from an outside perspective, and it just like baffles me how someone can have a child, you bring this person in this world, but then, you know, when they become great in this world and they might not be able to they accomplish things on this earth that you may then was able to do, people become jealous of their own children. And I just don't see why or how that can happen. But it's very prevalent in the community, especially the black community, where, you know, whether it's from a mom's perspective, jealous of her daughter, or a father who might be making in sports, and then his son might become, you know, better than him in sports, and now he feels some type of way. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna learn today. You know, but Mimi, what do you think about something like this when it comes to today's topic?
And I'm not gonna say a whole lot when it comes to my moms, because we have experienced that in the past, but we are over that bridge. But years ago, you know what I'm saying, growing up at home, see, the thing about it is that my mom had, you know, like many of our parents back in the day, they had dropped out of school younger and had kids, and they had a totally different lifestyle from what we had. So when it came to that, and when it came to me passing the age that she had dropped out of school, man, things just got ridiculously crazy. Like, oh, you think you better than me now? Oh, you think this? Oh, you think that? It became this, we were here. So the thing about it, I had to find a way to turn it around. So I turned it around by telling her that she needed to go back to school. And if she didn't go back to school, I was really going to cut her off. So I made my mom go back to school, and she graduated from high school in 2010.
Good
Nice.
for
That's
you.
what's up.
Good,
Hey,
yeah.
I had
What
to
an
find a
amazing way to turn it
look.
around, Queen.
I had to, I had to grow up real quick because I was like, you know what? First of all, I'm the only girl. I'm with brothers, so they rock totally differently from me, and I'm in a different heartbeat. I'm like, look, I'm the nomad. I will pack my bags and go, But when I did that, I felt like I was leaving her like behind in a kind of way because I know that she wasn't there. So I was like, you know what? Hold up. I got to kind of like rewind this. When I get my stuff together, I need to rewind the tape and go back and get her and drag her up with me. However we going to do it. We going to fuss and we going to fight and we going to hang up the phone, but I'm dragging her up the ladder. And that's what I had to do. But it wasn't easy. And for a lot of people, it's still not easy. You know what I'm saying? There's just that tension that where they feel like they can't go back. But I'm going to tell y'all something. You can always go back to your parents. You might not be able to go back to a friend, or you might get some stuff with some siblings or whatever. But when it comes to your parents, the ones that put their thing together to make you can always go back to them and drag them up if you have to. I'm good for dragging.
That's beautiful.
We can tell when anytime you can convince your mama to do something that she hadn't done for years on her own, even under the leadership of her parents. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That speaks volumes, Queen. It speaks volumes. I salute you.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Yes, that's beautiful.
So thank you, She Bananas. What does this mean to you, this particular topic today? What do you have to say to kick it off, about this topic?
Well, I mean, like you said in the introduction, what's sad is it is something that is normal. It is a part of normal behavior, and I think in some odd way, if we were a part of that culture that she just spoke on, where your parents weren't able to finish school and things like that, it do become intimidating when you're educated. So for me, I think I experience it. No, I know I do, but it's like you don't want to. I don't want to bash my mom, and I don't want my mama to feel bad. Y'all gotta understand, my mama is a very sensitive person right now. She's very sensitive, and everything that I say, she takes personal. But she often used to say to me, "What like when I disagree or something?" She'll say, "What, you're jealous of me?" or something like that. Like, who says that to their child, right? And one of the things we combat about a lot of the times is if my mom says something wrong and I correct her, she doesn't feel I should correct her in the present. So for me, I feel like she wants me to dumb myself down in order to keep herself up. And I tell her all the time, we can't do that because now we're both sitting here looking like we're idiotic. Like, I don't like that. So yeah, I think we just got to find better ways of doing it. And so when I talk to my mom and try to get her to understand, like, whenever I try to correct you, it's not to belittle you or make you feel less than a person. It's merely to say, and I can even make a joke with it. But even with making a joke, it's like you're making fun of it. So it's touchy. So when you asked me to join in on this conversation, yeah, I was ready for this. I was.
Okay, definitely. I appreciate your input
I
as
need
well as
feedback,
you,
y'all,
Mimi.
because I still go through this with my mama. Like, there's no joke.
Oh, we're gonna talk about this in a minute. We're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna work it out.
Oh, it's
Definitely.
my
Welcome,
turn.
LJ.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm
Yeah,
not
so
that good in
definitely.
speaking English because I'm Dutch, but I'm gonna do my best. I can't
Well,
talk
go
about
Dutch then, girl.
in Dutch. No, I cannot. No, I go Dutch then. You won't understand it. It's gonna sound like so. Yeah, I can't talk about things that I didn't experience. How do you say it? Experience myself, like I mean, like jealousy, because I don't know what it is. I never had a feeling of being jealous of someone because we all unique and we all, how do you say, created by God the same. Nobody is bigger than or greater than anybody else. But when what's her name, the lady in the car, when she said
Even at it.
things about when her mom said, "Are you jealous of me? Are you this and that?" That's what I did experience with my mom, but I never saw it as jealousy. Well, others did. They was like, "Damn, it looks like your mom is jealous of you." Damn, but I don't see it that way. I don't know how to explain it. I'm more like, huh? But how's that possible? That's my mom. She made me. She gave birth to me. So that's crazy. But or I don't want to believe it. I don't know what it is. But and for my children, I love my children. I can't be jealous at my children. I can only be proud of them for doing the things that I didn't do because I did never finish school. But my daughter is a dentist. My son has his own business. So I'm proud of them. So, jealousy is like a virus, and I don't like jealous people or jealousy or the feeling. Yeah, it's crazy. Why should we be jealous of each other? We all one actually. We all raised, or how do you say it? We was all created by one God. So why should we be jealous? I mean, like if somebody has finished their school or has own business or something, I mean, why can we not have that too if we want to? Like everything is possible. So I don't understand jealous people. I don't understand it.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. Yeah, you right. You right. You know what I'm saying? Well said. I want to pass the mic to Kokane, and thanks for your input, LJ.
Okay.
Hey, how y'all
Kokane,
doing?
what you think about this, brother?
I think it's from a cultural point of view, I think it's not common. I think, ever since we had tribes in Africa, you not only had the parents, against the kids, but you had the aunties and the uncles. I can remember, growing up, how we grew up, all the cousins used to stay with the grandmother, and grandmother was the centerpiece, of the black family. And it's like I see the aunties get jealous of the cousin, and vice versa. So, those type of things are not common. I think it's a part of growing pains culturally. But then when you get to the point to where, you pass those growing pains, you realize that, hey, they might not understand, what I do. Like for instance, my grandmother really didn't understand what we was doing when we was doing hip hop. She used to say, turn that stuff off. You know what I mean? But years later, she developed a respect for it because, first of all, it made revenue and it was something here to stay. So I think, as y'all grow during time, the parents being kind of like lightweight or jealous, as you grow as the pupil, you'll start to understand, well, they don't have certain opportunities you might have had. And the reason why they stay on you so much is not because they so much jealous, is because they, wish they had what you had. So through the years, I learned to understand because I experienced several different things. I experienced wickedness inside the whole family. You talk about strangers, but it be your own family that be jealous, not just the parents, whatever they may be going through, but also, your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, well, whatever. So it's something that you have to work through and expose it, like a toxin. It's a spiritual toxin that, if you're able to understand that, okay, why is my parents going through this? Now, sometimes it'd be hardcore jealousy, wicked. You be seeing that stuff on First 48 Hours or some cop show, FBI files, where the mother is really jealous of the daughter. Those things be going down. But for the percentage of those that were able to, make it and be successful and do some things their parents might not have been able to do, they have more of an understanding to come back. And of course, resolve some things through the most organic fashion. Just being simple with it, letting them know you understand. Hey, you might not been able to do this, but I did this for you. And that makes a great relationship. And sometimes that exposes the jealousy like toxins to get out of the relationship. So it's many forms of jealousy, that we have to stay away from. But most importantly, these are the principles I teach my own kids because me and my wife been together 38 years, and we got 8 kids, 4 boys and 4 girls.
Nice.
The Brady Bunch.
Respect.
The Brady
Yes,
Bunch.
yes, ma'am. So it's something that, you know, we tell the kids, like, no one is better than the next. You're all the same. So that way, because kids, when they grow up, they're gonna be playing in the playground, and one gonna think you got more blocks, and they're gonna be, hey, give me that block. You know what I mean? So as they grow, they learn how to, you know, the greatest leaders in the world, and to really be number one in what you do, you got to be more of a bigger server. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when the kids grow up with this mind state, they know my greatest asset in the world is not just doing for myself, but my measure of doing stuff, even getting blessed, is doing for others. So that brothers is always there for sisters in my household. So that's my experience, you know, in a nutshell. Just to, you know, not to throw y'all everywhere, but just to share my different experiences about jealousy.
Now that you
Okay, I appreciate that definitely, Kokane. You know, that's a wide perspective of everything you were sharing. You know what I mean? And very educational.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know everyone probably saw this online. I'm gonna play a little video, and then we're gonna take a break. Where I can, you know, shout out my sponsors real quick of the show. But then when we come back, we're gonna have an open discussion where we can all really engage with each other and speak about not only what you see on this video about a little girl speaking about, you know, parents and stuff like that, but you know, then we just gonna have an open discussion. So it's gonna play this video, and then I'm gonna show my sponsors, and then we're gonna come right back. So it's gonna be a duration of probably about 5 minutes until I come back.
Okay.
But again, thank you all for being here. Everyone that's watching, don't go nowhere. It's not the end of the show. It's just the beginning.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to the bedroom. I was like, yes.
So I literally had a conversation with my mom. I was like, okay, I'm finna tell you stuff, and stop me when I get disrespectful. I express my feelings, but that don't happen with everybody. And so when I was standing up here and you guys were like, don't belittle your children, but the whole statement of you're not on my level sounds like belittlement to us. It's saying you don't have as much value as me. You're not as important to me. You don't put up what I put up, so you can't have a say so in what we do. You don't pay bills. You don't own this house. You don't pay for nothing. So and it's good. And it. Go ahead. And when you bring up the stuff that you do for your children, it makes us feel like a burden. It makes us feel like I can't wait till I grow up so I don't have to be a burden to you anymore. If you say it's like when people be like your parents had a life before you, it makes you feel like I made you so miserable and bitter and like I just don't want to be here anymore because you don't want me to be here anymore. So why should I be here and put my best foot forward if the person who gave birth to me and made me come in this life doesn't want me? How am I supposed to look at somebody else for love if I feel like I'm not getting love at home? What do you do when you want to have somebody to talk to, but they like you can't talk to them? You go to somebody else to talk to, and that's not who you want us to talk to. How am I supposed to come and talk to you, and you don't listen to me, but somebody else may listen to me, but they not gonna treat me how you want me to be treated? You love me, but you don't show it. But they don't love me, but they act like they love me. So I'm going to go to the person that acts like they love me, and not the person who. I'm going to go to the person who acts like they love me. Because when you grow up like this and you grow up with people who emotionally stunt your growth, you go looking for other people and you insecure. You go looking for other people for sex, for people who going to tell you, oh, you're pretty. That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama never, they say your parent and your family is your first bully, point out every insecurity you have, and then you want your kids to feel beautiful and smart and go to school with people who telling them the same thing you tell them. That's not going to work. You can't want to be your children's love and shelter, but you're not that. That's materialistic things. If God was only materialistic to you, you will feel hurt. You need to have your spirit be healed. You need to have your spirit be fed. It's okay to have clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but what about my spirit? What about my emotions? What about my mental state? You can't.
And these are my official sponsors. Shout out to business owner Dolores Green on Facebook, and please go visit her at hairbossbiz.com. You can contact her directly at hairbossbiz@gmail.com. Also, shout out to CEO of M.I.A. Entertainment Group, film, TV, and producer, the legendary Mimie Acosta. Shout out to business owner and podcast host Sophia Latrice. She has a spa in Plainfield, Illinois, and visit her website at lenisialex.com. Shout out to CEO and radio personality Cantone. You can visit his website at streetscienceradio.com. Shout out to author and animation commercial creator Linda Gregory. You can visit her website at lilyb.com. Shout out to business owner, the elite reader and licensed phlebotomist Cherie Patterson. Call her directly at 469-340-6489. And shout out to author with both her audiobook and hard copy novel Through the Eyes of Nitsi, Denise Donnerson. Order her book today on Amazon. The celebrity interviewer, I said it, and I approve this message.
Hello.
Ew.
Definitely,
I like your hair. I like your hair, by the way.
Again. You hear it live at the square table, where you come get back on your square, only at the square table, hosted by myself and the legendary Mimie Acosta. And you know, I just kind of,
yes,
yeah, definitely. So we're gonna get into this open discussion about, you know, that young girl that spoke so eloquently, you know, and intelligently, you know what I mean. But first, before we get into the open discussion, I'll start with Mimie, and then from there, you know, just everyone just kind of get their opinion, you know, then we can ask each other questions, whatever like that. But Mimie, first, what did you think about that video?
Look, first of all, I wanted to damn near cry, because that little girl is full of power. Like when I said she brung it, I was here sitting going like, ooh, 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 because she really honestly did hit on some points, you know. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we're as parents, we are just living in our thing and doing our thing, and we never really realize that our kids are going through stuff, because it's just very easy to like step in that parent mode. Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know this. You don't know that. Even though I taught my daughter, you know, as much as I could, you know, I couldn't be there all the time. And she was right when she said, if kids can't get certain things at home, they're going to step out there and get it, you know, and that's where the influence comes in. And it's a hard thing, you know, like even as a single parent, you know, where I had my little dates here and there or relationships here and there. But when you are that one parent, you know, and then you got your kids and you're trying to, you know, juggle with jobs and all types of things, you know, kids can slip through the crack. You know, so it's really interesting to hear this young lady talking so much, and she said so much powerful things that it had to. I gotta get a copy of that so I can go back and watch that entire thing after the show, because that was really powerful. The things that she was saying, like it really did touch me, because I'm like, wow, like where's her parents at? Because that's some deep stuff that she said, and these are things that she's feeling, and they need to really grab her up and have a conversation with her and pour the love into her that she needs so she can feel that security. We gotta get them kids back, man, because they are really the future.
Yes.
Absolutely. I just love how the universe continue to line things up, Mimie. You know, every time we put these shows together, it seems like it's something viral in the media right now that's talking about exactly what we have lined up for this show. So I'm just grateful, you know what I mean? Shout out to God. But with that being said, you know, I just want to start this open discussion. You know, you all free to, you know, call each other by the names that's printed on everyone that's entitled, and just, you know, openly just discuss. You know what I mean? You know how y'all felt about this. You know,
Well, I would really, if you don't
anybody
mind,
can go first.
I would really like to hear Cocane's perspective really a little bit more, because I know that he's gonna be leaving us in a few minutes, and I just want him to be able to express and say what he feels before he wraps up his day, because he's leaving us in a few minutes. We're gonna stay, but he's got to go. So talk to
I
us.
appreciate it. Well, that was powerful.
Thank you for that, Mimie.
Just like Mimie said, that was very powerful, and especially see it from a young Black queen.
Yes,
that's what makes it even more powerful, because you ain't gonna see that type of stuff on CNN. Damn sure ain't gonna see it on the Fox, none of that. And for her to articulate so eloquently, you know, like a grown person, you know what I mean? That's what youngsters need to see all over the globe. You know what I mean? Because they always see these images of us in handcuffs and, you know, different other things to, just feed, generation garbage. But it's always, especially from a young female, young Black female, because you got to realize, it's an all out assault. Number one, we supposed to put a lot of emphasis on young Black brothers, but we should put a lot of more emphasis on young Black sisters. Through sex slavery, through just been compromising themselves, racism in the jobs, just so much, that the Black female in particular, is going through so much hardship, especially the youngsters, the young females. And it's so refreshing to see that, because they don't never see, they don't never perpetuate a lot, Black successful women in general, whether you're 50, 60, 30, and especially on the young female. So to see her do it like that, she's doing the right thing by her, by what was put in her. So, hoorah to the parents, because that's where it was started. Prior to talking, we talking about the jealousy and the gap between that type of situation, between kids and, of course, the parents. And that's a beautiful thing for us to see, especially in the days where this is so much information, visual aid, to see that type of stuff, man. It hit home. And, I could, as a parent, because I got 4 daughters myself and 4 boys, I tell them the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like the movie Great Debaters. You know what I'm saying? Chin up, chest out. You can do anything you put your mind to. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you're the most powerful person in the world and you're a beautiful young Black queen. So it kind of registered, especially as a parent, that when I was seeing something like that, wow, that's just like double salute.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I thank you so much for spending the time that you have spent with us. I know that you have to go. I'm looking at the clock right with you.
Yeah, what it is, we got a new record out. We for those that don't know, we created this style of music called G-Funk.
Nice.
Soul and hip hop. And we got a project coming out. And plus my daughter, she has a single out right now. We've been working on her stuff. She's actually signed to my label.
Right.
And her, like her coach since she was 12, she's 26 now. So it's good, to have that. That's what parents are supposed to do. They supposed to go farther than us when we hand the baton down.
Yes.
And it's just sad and unfortunate, especially a lot in our culture, because we've been handed down through generations, descends upon their parents, and degradation and doubt and all these things that people inherited.
Yes.
But even the few, brothers and sisters that really have that enlightenment and open up their mind, you know what I'm saying, can really inspire inspire a whole bunch of people, and that's what me and my wife pride ourselves on. Me and our, our children. It's like, you got several odds against you. First of all, the color of your skin, and secondly, I tell my young princes, young bosses that, hey, you got a double advantage against you, because you're not only the color of your skin, and they just discriminated against you because you're a woman, but especially because you're a Black woman. Because your name, where you put it down on the job application, don't mean you're going to get the job because of your name.
Right.
So, long time ago, we took them out of school when white people was homeschool. We like, whatever we messed up in our life, we gonna sacrifice so y'all can take it farther. But no, at the same time, it comes from God, our Heavenly Father, and it can be snatched from you. So that way, it's us as parents and now as business partners, because you later through the years, once you mend that relationship, that's why it's important. But when kids, they come back home, it's the God divine mission for them to make them understand, because there's certain, no one knows what they went through to keep food up on the table.
Right.
And it was hard for them. I look at grandma, when she was cussing us out sometimes and saying certain things, and it wasn't that she was so much like jealous against you. It's just that she didn't have them opportunities, and she busted her ass for you to have those opportunities.
Right.
So whenever I see a Kevin Durant celebrate his mom on there, I'm like, bravo, because you're doing the right thing. They could have had some little mess ups, but that's the connection that we have, because once you get of age, like Granny and Grandpa and your mama used to tell us all, like, okay, you're going to get older one day, baby, and you're going to see.
That's all right.
Yes. So it's just a blessing to see the youth, because so much of the youth is going through so many distractions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just incredible, but it's something that us as light beings, because we're light beings in this third dimension, we can use this energy to continue to use the best. Because at the end of the day, this whole conversation is inspiring somebody that we don't even know.
That's right.
That is true.
Maybe it's gonna inspire me, because I have a problem since 2014. I used to inspire kids and also men when I started to rap when I was 12 back in the 80s. And then in 2014, something crazy happened. I was all over the news. The cops killed my dog, and then they murdered my son, and blah blah. But instead of but it's everything is written, and I accepted it, and I'm not happy that it happened, but I'm also am. But what I mean is, like, my eyes went open, because it was, when I look back, it was like I was blind. I thought everybody was good. When that happened, I realized that there were some really bad people in this world, which I never saw, because I saw the good in everyone. Even if you was like a killer, I would be still loving you because you was nice to me. But instead of people supporting me, they was like, how can I explain it? Like, I was like laying down, feeling fucked up, and it was like they kicked me, like they wanted to kill me. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes.
So ever since that happened, I was like disappointed in people. And the funny part was that it was like, so my mom is from Asia and my dad was Black, but he never raised me, so I don't know much about the Black culture than the things that my friends taught me or that I saw in the news or things. But it was only Black people who tried to kick me down, and the people who helped me was like white people. But and I was like, how's this possible? And I sued the cops, and I won the case. And instead of being proud, like this, because I'm still Black, this girl or women went to fight a case against 21 cops, and she won the case. They were like, "Oh, you think you're white, but you're forgetting that you're black, and you will never win the case." I don't know, but I don't know, but since
But
that happened,
you know what, sister? First of
mm,
all, blessings to you, for losing your peoples.
thank you.
That's hard. I know what it's like because we come from a gangbang suppressed world, and it's
Yeah.
like wars out here. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
secondly, for you being strong, big ups to that queen because it take
thank
God
you.
like strength to be, to be even operate.
Yeah, I had to for my other kids.
But this is a Centurion system, Jim Crow system all over the world. This first
Mm,
stop, second stop, and this third stop that you're talking to us happened a long time ago. And a lot
yeah.
of things from arts and culture, from music to entertainment to etc., came out of this third stop called the Americas. But
Mm,
the Jim Crow system set up in place a long time ago. And when you always talk about the branches to the problem and really don't
mm,
go back to the root, they always gonna put a pacifier behind us because they just want us to say, okay, we cool. You gave us some 40 acres and a mule. But then the universe, our God Almighty allows us to see things from a different lens.
yeah.
It's just unfortunate we lose people and they have to be martyrs. But at the same time, the responsibility is much more on us to continue to push forward and don't make this a one-off type of situation. No,
Yeah.
we have to continue to fight for your right. When Brother Bob Marley said, fight for your right, that's a
Yes.
continued mission because you can
Yeah.
look years later, you can go to Detroit or you can go to some parts of Africa or London or all over the world, and we never got our fair share of the pie is because colonialism and different other parts of different things that happened, in the 1800s and the 1700s and 1900s, things didn't ever change. We
Yeah.
wasn't always like that. You got to look at every queen and king on here. I can go name a king in particular, a man of color was a brother named Mansa Musa. He was very incredible. And so many queens that reigned in our time, but they always want to subject the people that tried to put superiority against the beautiful people of color. They always narrow it down to the 6,000 year period. Well, this
Mm,
6,000 year period, guess what? People are starting to get more enlightened. This is the season of enlightenment now, where everybody's mind is open and the garbage that we got fed to not know thyself, is still carrying on because you got to look at all the stuff that they're doing, all the way from the police system. You got to look at it. This is global, man. It's like we did a song years
But
ago
if
on
I
NW.
must,
We did a
if
song.
I may, I just want to dive in real fast, and I want to tread lightly because people get offended when I say this. First and foremost, my continued prayers for your strength, Miss Wicks. To be able to just say I lost a child and not chuckle and break down. Your strength is impeccable, and I'm big on gun violence. I'm a mother of a child that was a victim of gun violence. But for me, I feel like, in my opinion, we as our culture, why are we steady trying to get a piece of the pie? You get what I'm saying? Our ancestors worked very hard for us to, be able to be in the light that we are, right? And so for me, I think it's the time of enlightenment, like you just said, Kokane. We're wakening up. But instead of staying focused on what it is that happened in the past, we need to be trying to redirect our future.
Yes.
If we keep on bringing up what they did in the past, what makes us different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does
All
it
I'm
make us
saying,
different? Hold on, let me finish before you answer, because it was their ancestors that did it. So if we can sit and keep on holding this grudge for something that What did EJ Wick say? When she went through what she went through, the people of her own color kicked her while she was down. But it was the other color that we keep on trying to say. And I know a lot of amazing Caucasians, but I know some equally effed up African American. You know, we always, I hate to hear people say, oh, black people can't be racist because in order to be a racist, you have to be in a position of power to oppress somebody from getting something. Well, we do stand in position of power. You get what I'm saying? And we can stop people from getting things. So for me, it's the small mindset. And even if we get that 50 acres and a mule, I think how they keep us trapped is the fact that we keep on dwelling. And as long as we keep on dwelling back there, we'll never go full throttle ahead in the future.
Yes.
All right, can I speak on that? And I absorb that, and that's what makes this beautiful thing is that brothers and sisters can get on here and just simply talk.
Yeah.
So the way I was putting it in the context that I was putting it in, it's like you're not going to understand what the future means if you never know what the past was.
Okay.
You're never going to understand what Marcus Garvey stood for when he understood the barter system.
Right.
Understand what Black Wall Street economically, because everybody's hooping and hollering on Sunday eating pork chops, but there was never talk about economics. It's in certain education that we got cut off from when you look at your 1920s Black Wall Street. You got people running around here that way we was raised, grandma would tell you, get your elbows off the table before she slapped the shit. That's from an old-fashioned principle. So in the context of that old-fashioned principle, specifically in that context, we got to make our generation and the youngsters' generation excited about your Marcus Garveys. Excited about your Double D boys and just different other sisters that was there, your Angela, even going back to your Angela Davis, because it's very important. If you understand the past, you're going to know what the future looks like. It's like now we're starting to have an enlightenment because economics is just as equally as important as spirituality. Don't get that twisted. Because we always talk about how Jesus Christ saved, but we never talked about how economics playing the commerce, how interest rates was too high for housing, how we got unfair stuff in schools. See, that's the thing we need to talk about because you look at any rate, Jews, Chinese, one thing that they do not lack is economic suppression so much. And we do have brothers and sisters that are out there, that are in the cut, unsung heroes, teaching people the commerce game. But those type of people never get celebrated on the platform as opposed to the ones that are in handcuffs. Look, Shorty got his record shut down. Look at Young Thug being over here to keep us distracted from the problem. So in the context, only in the context of understanding why do you do the same things you do? You can't just talk about the branches. You got to go to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Everybody going to the branches, but you don't have to harp on the root. You got to understand why. So that way, doing your Holy Spirit, you can compare things you read now and things that you read back in the future. So that way, something can manifest out of that situation. Only in that context, you have to address it. Because I come from a Crip neighborhood, right?
Can I
you know, all that. Say one last thing. And what I learned over the years, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't white folks blasting at me, saying, look at this crab ass nigga, blood or cuz, let's get this. It was my own kind. It was my own kind that did that. So what I learned, same thing what I learned with Martin Luther King and the freedom fighters was there. It's the same thing I learned with some of the stuff in Harry Tubman days with some of the white abolitionists that was around. It's the fact between good and evil, but when it comes to our people and the percentage we make up, it don't make sense amongst the evil that we do amongst each other.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I don't get
I
it.
agree. I agree. What I wanted to interject on is like if we're governed by our spirituality, right? Being governed by your spirituality, why is it so important to um, get appraisal from these people that we already feel don't give a damn? Why is it so important for them to give you flowers and salute you when all you really need, like for me, I feel like when you reach a plateau of spirituality, um, if you know your truth, you walk in it, you work it, you share it with people. If they don't believe it, it shouldn't even matter. You get what I'm saying? You keep on shining your light. But it goes back to what you just said. If we keep on bringing up the past, that's a mere distraction because now they're gonna fight back. And like what ends up happening is you keep on fighting with the same thing, but you can't
Yeah.
steer focus on a solution to get past it. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that
It
makes
does make
sense.
sense.
Like,
Yes.
when I meet, like I first meet somebody.
She's a reader. She can see the future. I can tell.
Yeah, if you're
I love
meeting,
your energy.
if you're,
I
if
love
you're,
your energy, Queen. I
if you're,
do.
if you're
Thank
meeting,
you.
if you're meeting somebody, and your first time meeting somebody, I feel you don't have to be repetitive in a certain situations. But if they don't know what's in your brain, and you don't know what's in your brain, and you ain't never, hey, had a bowl of cereal, oatmeal with them, you have to explain things like this because the way I teach, it starts with the house. The way we teach our kids, and I say big ups to my wife because even on Father's Day, I'm wishing her Father's Day because she stood
Oh.
it there for me. When I was doing my thing with your Snoops and Dre's, she held that shit down for me. So that's why I say the black woman is through my own experiences. But at the same time,
My
huh?
my battery's about to die, so I gotta move places.
Oh, this is a juicy conversation. I
Do your
love
thing.
you
Do
for
your
that.
thing. Plug it in. Plug it in.
Plug that thing in.
Oh, you got a charger over here.
You gotta do.
Now I gotta hold it in my hand.
But the whole thing is like we as a culture ain't supposed to harp on anything. If I get a piece of information, I like to understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Mhm.
When I understand what I'm talking about, I like to talk to other people that have different perspective because everything in life is about capital
Yes.
P perspective.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how you got a different perspective than I do. But learning from anything is just doing what we're doing now, sharing our different perspective, correct? I just think now it's time. It's the same thing when I teach my kids to stop pointing the fingers because you can point your fingers at the KKK when they teaching their kids how to shoot at the age of 10 years old, but you saying niggas go march and then march at a Nipsey Hussle funeral in 3 days you go kill 3 other niggas.
Yes.
That's not gonna work no more.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
so us, it's like, what are you gonna do? One individual is powerful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many electroids and you made up atoms on a quantum level? You powerful.
Yes.
So like this conversation, it's like you never know what you put in your mind. What God did for us, the Almighty, is something so incredible. What a woman of faith is what you sow, and the fruits that you labor for will produce action.
Yes.
Everything
Amen.
that you do is on an action, is on faith. You know what I'm saying? So the things that I continue to treasure more than my emotions is the simple fact that, hey, faith is going to get us to the next part of things that are yet not known to us. And us as saints right now, frontline soldiers, feel more than an obligation to do something about it because we're here to walk amongst people with different perspective.
That's
but
right.
we're getting the same destiny. An apple tree is different from a plum tree, is different from a pomegranate tree, but it all grow from what? One garden.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with y'all. While y'all out there on y'all journey, some things where people don't really know about themselves, discern that because God give you that invisible instinct pull them to the side and tell them a little history about themselves. But instinct will already tell you, you know, wisdom will tell you, like, I'm not going to keep repeating myself, because that's the problem with religion. They having too much of a pissing contest and putting too much money in the basket than helping people.
That's right.
And the real church start with us. We are the church.
Your spirituality is within you. Oh my God. You said it back. Like we get so caught up in going, like I love going to church. Don't get me wrong. I go to church for the gospel. I go for the gospel. I love to hear the music. I want to feel the choir. The word is a bonus. You feel what I'm saying?
Amen.
But we are doing away with what you know, everybody is chasing their dollar. You know, even our pastors. And then they want to preach politics. We're doing away from what the church is designed for. Another distraction. And
So
that's
what is
why I say,
happening?
like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, babe. The thing about it is that it's all become a business now.
Yeah.
Whether it's music, whether it's film, whether it's projects, whether it's church, whether it's whatever it is, everything has become such a business that people have kind of like strayed away from the real reason why they're there, or even their purpose. You know,
moral
everybody
compass.
everybody has a
We're
purpose.
losing moral compass.
Yes, that's what's happening.
And
it's,
that's the fight.
yes,
That's the fight.
definitely.
But, you know, Hebrews 11 verse 1. Faith is the substance of things to hope for and the evidence of things not seen.
Yes.
So even though you don't see things happen, I can blow on my skin and feel the whispering wind. I know God is real, and I don't have to understand every scripture word by word. I know He works. I trust Him, and that's it.
And you know what? This is the thing.
Not watching work.
You said that right. Because as long as you know that, because I know that, you know, and if more people feel that, I know that, I know what it is. You know, it's really interesting because yesterday I decided to go to Stone Mountain Park and get by the water. You know, I'm a water person. I love water. I love the energy. I love the universe. I love your dream catcher over there, Cheap Bananas. I see you.
I'm headed to the water. I had to pause. I was trying to do the podcast at the water. I catch the sunrise and sunset every day, baby.
Yes.
I'm with you. Come on, girl. Come on.
So I'm an energy individual, you know, and I go out there and I'm just out there, and it's such a beautiful thing and a beautiful feeling. And all I'm talking to the lake and the ducks and the birds and the universe, and I'm just like, you know what, Father God, this is it.
That's it.
If it was nothing else or nobody else, the freedom of being able to be. Because we got it. The thing about it is that when we start listening to people telling us what we can and can't do and putting them suppressing us, that's when you let that, when you got the angel and the devil on the shoulders. I ain't got none of that. I ain't got none of that. I got the freedom of doing what it is that I want to do. And that's what I'm doing. I'm revamping myself and doing things my way, because at least I know if I frig up, it's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
You're allowing the spirituality guide you.
That's it. And that's the only thing that we need is that. And that's the reason why, going back to the topic matter of parental jealousy of their children, is that going back to my mother and getting back my mother, you know what I'm saying? And like, look, you got to do this and you got to do that, and we doing it this way and we moving forward. And that's it. And she comes from that negativity background. And I always find a way to get up in there and be like, Ma, look, I love you. If this is your day, it's not my day. So let's just talk later. No. And I change everything around and get her back right, because at the end of the day, you know, when they get older, they get like babies. You know what I'm saying? Like what you were saying, sis, right? You were saying that certain things offend your mom because she's in a place of sensitivity. But back then she was busting your butt.
You know what? Let me say something before I get up out of here. Because man, this conversation is dope. Real tough.
Thank you for staying a little bit longer. We appreciate it. I love intellect.
Definitely. Bogalusa, Louisiana. So we you know, You know where we come from, where grandma be like, "You want some more on that plate, baby?" But I really appreciate this platform and this discussion. You know, it's something beautiful. Remember, it's something beautiful can always come out of something chaotic.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
No matter what chaotic things you went through in life, from that perspective, may the most beautiful things come out of your journeys ever. And that's from my family to your
Beautiful.
family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I said the
Beautiful.
same. Yes, to you.
And I received
Nothing
that.
but blessings.
Much respect, Cocaine. Cocaine, before you go, remind the people how they can support and order your new album or clothing, any type of merch you got. Please tell my audience.
Well, you can reach me on my Instagram at Cocaine. You don't spell it the drug name. You spell it the MC name. No. They know the
Can I
drug.
just ask why cocaine?
We don't do that, Cocaine. You spell it K-O-K.
I said why cocaine? No.
Because
Why did you name yourself cocaine? Why did you
do
choose the name?
When I do my funk, you're going to get hooked.
Ah! Love it. Come on with it.
That's it. You know, we ain't talking about cocaine that they used to put in the Coca-Cola product. No.
Right.
We're talking about this type of cocaine. It's a little bit hip.
Smart, smart.
Yep.
Well, I can't wait to get a dose of that.
Yeah,
I'm
we
all
got
for the music.
going on right now. We got follow me on my page at cocaine_OG. We do funk music. We still do instruments and
nice.
We sing and do all that stuff. We don't really do the mumble thing. I don't knock them. That's the youngsters.
I love the mumble thing.
Yeah, we gonna hit you in the soul. That's what
you know why I love it? You know why I love the mumble thing? Because I'm good with a few people and I'm signed with Future's brother in Atlanta, but I like the mumble thing because what people don't know is that all the money they have, they spend on bailing prisoners out, or like Weezy is buying old people wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs. Future's mom has the Free Wishes Foundation. They every year they pay the children the school for them, and with Christmas they let them shop for the people that don't have the money. And then you got 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz put family in houses. For,
2 Chainz don't do mumble rap.
Yes, he does. He's also from
2
ABL.
Chainz is a dope trap rapper.
Yeah, true. But it's all like they all like together from the same.
Mumble is like when somebody took some drugs.
Yeah,
I hate
I like it. Yeah, but most of them like yeah, I understand what you're saying. But they're very nice people.
Yeah,
very nice.
Anybody, any especially, black folks, anybody that get themselves out the ghetto and get their, moms or aunties, you gotta support that. You know what I mean? I don't care if they spit on the record. If it's making something to help your community, the same blocks that you used to sell drugs on, now you clean it up. Man, that's some G shit.
Yeah, that's what I love. And sometimes
because it actually means, I'm sorry, love. It actually means that you've evolved. You used to be this person once upon a time, and you see the direction of the kids now. And it's like, wait a minute, let me just go back to my community and change some things around and let them see, like, look, I was you. And there's nothing sweeter than speaking from experience. I say that all the time. Ain't no therapist can come to me and talk to me about something that they never went through. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at, the OGs, going back to the community and letting these kids know, hey, look, I was there where you were at, and there's a different direction. Come over here, and they'll follow because they need direction.
Yeah, and that's what I love.
The fact that you
feeling back. Oh, but I can't. I don't know why, and I'm trying, but I can't. But I want that feeling back. But I'm like so hurt or mad, or I don't know what it is. I'm not. Well, I'm happy, but I don't know. It's like I'm having writer's block or something, or I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but
You gotta get
I don't know what it is.
You gotta get the pictures back in your mind.
I'm gonna reach out to you, Eljay. We're gonna have a conversation.
Thank you.
Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yeah.
King.
Yeah.
You have an amazing one. Traveling grace and all that stuff. And blessings to you and your family.
Yes. One love.
Yes.
God bless.
To you and your family too, and
God
stay
bless
safe.
you.
And keep
One
getting
love.
Thank you, Kokane. Appreciate you, Kokane. Thanks for making the show. You know what I mean? Continue to, give more time. I know you're going to be in the studio. You had something else scheduled. But appreciate you making your time. Much love to you. Bless you and your family. Be safe out there. And again, I recommend everyone go and get that new album. You know what I mean? Architects of Funk. You know what I'm saying? This is the
I'm
album cover right there.
gonna tell you something. Yeah, I was supposed to be at the lab, but it's okay. A little nigga time won't hurt.
Yeah.
You on
much love, much love.
Yeah, I'm on bigger time, but y'all stay blessed. Much love, y'all.
Yes, one love.
Thank you.
Okay.
One
Much
love.
love.
Nice to
Bye.
meet y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.
This is such a dope show. It is.
Yes,
I'm glad
amazing
we're
vibes
able.
all around. Totally love it.
But I wish I could speak fluent English so I could express what I really feel. But I got a little bit.
I'm gonna
I
tell
don't.
you something. No, you need to stop
You're
right there.
doing fine
First of all,
though.
let me say this. Let me say this, Eljay Weeks. You are doing a fantabulous job.
Thank
Because had
you.
you not said, had you not kept saying that, then we wouldn't be thinking, oh, she don't know what she's talking about because we could hardly understand what she's saying. No, sweetheart, you got the
Thank
English.
you.
You got the English, okay?
Yes, you got the English.
I see where you might be a little like, okay, I'm trying to explain something that I'm not 100. Okay, I'm gonna get it, but just with you saying that, we know, okay, you know what, she's gonna get it from here or from here or from here, but it's coming and it comes. So stop speaking that because
Okay, you're right.
you're
You're right.
speaking backwards. All you got to do is just say what you got to say because I wouldn't know if you didn't say it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You got it. You got it, sis.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. People say when I talk to my friends in New York, they say, "Damn, El, you rap better than you speak English." Yeah, because when I rap, I'm like from the 80s, and when I rap, you don't hear it, but when I have to talk, it's like I'm stuttering or something. I don't know why. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. It's like some artists that they'll sing beautifully in English and then they can hardly speak the language. So I understand exactly what you're saying. So it's like, wait a minute. But that's because when you learn to sing the songs, you learn to sing the words. Just like rapping. You rap these words that you know you want to rap, but when it comes to talking, it's a different thing. But you're doing a very good job. Very, very good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And real quick, again, I appreciate everyone that's still able to stay. You know what I mean? We're gonna only go for about another 15 minutes or so.
Yes.
But with that being said, if we can jump right back into this topic, I appreciate everyone's input and just talking about life and what I mean, the people, our culture. We can never really speak enough about spirituality and all of that.
Yes.
We can never speak enough about all of that. These are all important subjects. But today, we really want to continue to dive into the parental jealousy of their children, and maybe if she Bananas, Eljay, and yourself, Mimie, can continue to give more examples of maybe things that you've seen or have experienced from afar, just watching other people. You know what I'm saying? In the workplace, like I say this, what I mean, in the workplace myself, I've worked with a lot of people, whereas parents and both children work at the same warehouse or restaurant, and you can see the tension that it caused when that person becomes like really good at the job and kind of outshine their parent, where their parent started there prior before they did and maybe was their trainer, and then they exceeded the master, what I'm saying, who was once they was just a trainee. So I don't know what type of experience, anything like that maybe have you all had.
Well, I don't know, with my daughter, for instance, I'm so proud of her that she don't make like my mom was 18 when she got me, and I was 16 when I got my son. And I'm like proud of my daughter that she didn't got a baby at that same age. So I'm only proud of all the things that all the mistakes I made that she don't make them. I don't know. I can only be proud of her, never jealous. Yeah. And she's 25 now. She still she had one boyfriend and she's 25. Okay, they just broke up and now she's like going on vacation and going out. She never did that, but I'm happy that she's doing it now at 25 and that and not when she was like 15, 16, you know how it goes. But yeah, I can only be proud of my daughter.
Yes. Yeah. I don't understand that for myself. I don't get that because I could never see myself being jealous of my kids. Like at the end of the day, it's like I created you guys. You know what I'm saying? So what am I to be jealous of? If anything, like you said, it's all about, being proud and, look, they're gonna have their downfalls, and at the end of the day, it's just a matter of conversation. It's not a matter of being, upset and angry and trying to do craziness to them. It's just really like, look, man, you're gonna rise, you're gonna fall, but all you gotta do is just keep yourself, dust off and keep it pushing, because you're what you got, and I'm gonna be there as long as I can be here for you. And not only am I like, my daughter's mother or my son's mother, but I also have like all these friends of theirs that I am like their mother too.
Exactly.
So they're always coming at me, Miss Mimie this or Miss Mimie that, or just always. It's just it's a beautiful roller coaster to be on. When your friends, your kids' friends, and see you as their mom, and then you're trying to figure out like, okay, what's happening with moms? And there's a lot of moms that I have connected to, and kind of like changed their train of thought so they can be able to deal with their kids, because at the end of the day,
exactly.
They didn't know what they were doing either. It's like, everybody, and especially when you have babies having babies. And then that could become something too, because at the end of the day, now you have a 30-year-old that had their kid at 15. That now this child is 15 years old, the mom is 30, and you're being jealous of what your daughter is doing. And it's like, wait a minute, I could wear that too. I could do this too. I could do that too. I could go to the club too. No, you don't have it like that. It's a different, different mindset.
Yeah, today I had a conversation with my kids. So when they became 18, I took them out and everything, but I haven't been to a club since 2014 because I don't feel like going out because my sons are going out, and I don't want to bump into my sons in a club. But today it was so funny. But today, my youngest son, he said that he was going to a festival, and I said, hey, I mean, like, I haven't been to a festival since 2014. I wanna join in. And they was like, yeah, whatever, man. And I was like, what you mean, whatever, man? I took you to a festival when you became 18. Why can I not go to a festival? And yeah, but it's crazy that I don't understand it, because when I was younger, my mom took me to a festival. So why can I not go to it? Nah, it's crazy. I'm pissed.
Yes. But they think differently too, especially boys. Boys are on their guy stuff is like, mom is hanging around now. Like, mom, go sit over there on the other side.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, I took them to the club. They didn't even know what a club was. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, she bananas. What was you trying to say? What were you saying?
Yeah.
Well, what you know me, I'm always thinking outside the box. I think sometimes we really just take words and take them out of context. Because what if jealousy is just like you say, it's another way of being proud? Because I didn't get the chance to do that. So because even if I'm growing with you, you know what I mean? If I was a young parent, right? Which I happen to be, I was a very young parent. And I grew with my kids. I have all boys, so I can't say that I've had issues with being jealous of them. But I do know one thing that I can say I do what people will probably call jealousy, and that is the fact that I personally am not as good at saving money as my firstborn. My firstborn is like, he the man when it comes to, you know what I mean? He set a goal and Like, he's gonna say no. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I'm a giver. You get what I'm saying? Am I jealous that he can save money? No, not necessarily. But other people will
Proud.
look at it as jealousy. I think we always take things and try to make them into the most negative standpoint. And when you hear the word jealousy, you know what I mean? You automatically think envy. You get what I'm saying? Why can't I be jealous and happy? Yeah, I'm jealous that you're doing this and you're doing that because I didn't get the opportunity, but it does not mean I'm not happy for you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
And you see,
I just want us to try to
that's
look
one
at
thing.
it.
Right, that's one thing versus the next. Like, I totally understand what you're saying, and I respect that, because that is true. It can be just that, but we're really talking about the people that are really negatively jealous of their kids for real, to the point where it becomes animosity, or one kicking out the other, or they're not talking to each other, or whatever the case may be. But I understand exactly what you're saying. That means that you're proud of your son. Like, wow, wait a minute, he can do that and I can't do it. But maybe it's just a conversation. If you wanted to go there, it's like, okay, so how are you doing this? Because I don't do that. So what makes you go into that department and do that? So he can tell you, Ma, look, just if you got $10, just put 3 over here. Oh, okay, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, even with, speaking on what you just spoke on, the ones that really, really are, I think it's anger issues. I think maybe it's still not even just, oh, I want to go to war with you. This is what I was taught. I was never taught how to properly love. You get what I'm saying? I was never taught how to properly be okay with somebody surpassing me. We live in our culture. We are in competition with everything, and it starts in our home. It starts in our home. If you got a sibling, you're gonna compete with your sibling. If you got a cousin, you're gonna compete. Everything is a competition. So when we put it on that spectrum, how is it then? That's when we say, "Oh, you got them shit." F them shoes. Oh, I had them last week. You know what I mean? Now you're jealous. Why you mad? No, I ain't mad. I'm just being you can just be being sarcastic. But I think we take this wordplay and the fact that we are entitled to feel. Why is it we can't feel? When we feel is envy. But there is a disrespect when it comes to how we talk to our children and how our children talk to us. I think that's where the lines get crossed, when we feel like parents are necessarily jealous of their children, quote unquote, and having a conversation, because you're talking down to me, I'm going to talk up to you. And now I'm going to show you that I'm superior because I pushed you out or I spit you out. You get what I'm saying? It's weird.
I always have that problem with girls because they think that I'm like their age and they always want to fight and be in competition. But I mean, like, competition, huh? I don't get it. What is competition? I mean, like, we all the same. I see us as all one. And then they want to fight me, but I got a daughter from their age. Why would I want to fight a kid? I mean, like, I don't understand it. It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, first of all, that little cover, that little album looking cover that you got going on, you know what I'm saying? You look like you 25. That's what it is.
He made it. I said he made that cover.
You know what? That's what it is. You look like you're 25. So you got the 25-year-olds out there looking like, she got this Asian look and she this and she that, whatever.
Yeah, for no reason. I'm getting 51 in 10 days.
But at the end of the day, you know what, and this is the crazy thing, because I said this, and I know that we're kind of like getting away from the subject just a little bit, but and we're gonna wheel it back. But just like these artists, and I say this, these artists from back in the day that are like they're icons and they're legends, and and they're here in their like 40s and 50s, or having conversations or back and forth with these 25-year-olds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You shouldn't even have no kind of animosity towards a 25-year-old. At the end of the day, you need to be like, look, little mama, I was where you are today. And this is where I'm at today. So what you need to do is add another 25 years before you. Let's see you in 25 years and see if you look like this. You know,
Yeah, but I
You know
always,
what?
I always
So
ignore
I
them.
know a way to reel that right on back. It goes back to the video that we just watched. You
yes,
know, sometimes the kids feel like that because just because you're older and you say, "Wait, what are you talking about? You need to be trying to get where I'm at," as if I'm less valuable, as if
right.
I'm less knowledgeable. A lot of my knowledge today come from the youth. They are
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, if you
me too.
sit and
Yeah,
have a
very advanced.
conversation with them, you will be amazed. And
Of
what
they're
course.
smart.
amazes me even more is they
Yes,
want discipline. They want guidance. They want
yes.
everything that we talk about. They just don't want it
Yeah.
from their damn parents. Because
That's
you
it.
just trying to ruin their life.
That's it.
Because
That's
you
it.
jealous because I'm living my best life. I'm doing everything that you wanted to do. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah.
it's a rebellious phase, but we
Yes.
did it too. You
Right.
know, every
Right.
generation has had their rebellious phase. You get
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? But we use other words to define what it is that you're doing.
Yes.
Now we are living in a time where we have so much money and we have so much gold and glitter and it's freely accessible that we,
Yes.
But it's crazy.
we
They
doing
wear
away with the
shoes.
morality of it.
They wear shoes where we can pay 2 months rent with. Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nah, I don't
And
get
like you
it.
said, she bananas, like you said, we could definitely learn something from them because look at us 35 years ago. We didn't have the cell phones and we had beepers. We had to go
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a
Right.
yeah.
payphone. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? We didn't have all the luxuries that they have today. So my
True.
thing is at the end of the day, I'm like, look, man, you just need to be really happy with the place that you're in today because
You
back then
feel
you
what I'm
got a
saying?
beeper and they're looking at it
Yeah.
like, what's
My
this?
my kids got to teach me how to use the phone.
What's this? Or
Yeah.
I have seen videos where you have a rotary phone and you have kids walking into this thing like, what is this? What's the
Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's really interesting, but that's just
Yeah.
to tell you that we could all
I
learn
wonder, do
from one
those things
another.
still work?
Yeah, they
Do
do.
Cassette
you
tape.
think
Yes,
they
they
still
do.
work?
Some of them do. Or cassette tapes, radio, old school radios. Ah,
I'm trying to tell you.
when I started rapping again a few years ago, I went to the studio with the cassette tape, and they laughed at me, and it was like, "Oh, in which year do you live? We don't use cassette tapes anymore. We
Right.
use USB sticks."
Wow.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny you should bring that up. I just mentioned cassette tapes. Back in the days, you used to stay up all night just to record your favorite song on the radio,
Yes.
trying to catch that top 10 list and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Now
And look, and
everything,
how pissed
and,
off
and
and
I
how
think
pissed
that's
off.
what a lot of
Wait,
parents
check this out.
probably envy.
Look, let me ask you a question. Now, how pissed off did you get when the commercial came on while you trying to record your song?
Man, or they
Yeah,
cut the
yeah, yeah,
end, which was the best part of the song. You know that?
Yes.
Y'all remember Lisa,
Oh,
all
jam.
cried out? That all
yeah.
Yeah.
cried out, baby?
Right
Yes.
out over
Yeah.
you.
You feel me?
Yes.
Yes, I used to
Yes.
get really, really mad. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is a dope conversation. I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
I don't even know.
Yes.
I'm in my
And
car looking.
tomorrow I'm gonna look that song up and put it loud, play it loud, and clean the house. Lisa,
Yes.
All cried
yeah.
out. We
Uh-huh.
gotta tap
I love
in. I
that
gotta
song.
get y'all on my shows too. I
Yes,
officially make
nice.
my return back to radio next week. I've been like
Nice.
I've been like ye lately.
Right.
I've been like on I inadvertently declared myself media dead for the last 6 months.
Nice.
Hiatus.
I had to give you gotta get yourself together. Let me
Mm-hmm.
show y'all.
Yes.
You see
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
What you think in this black bag?
Oh, okay.
Stone, so
Okay.
energy
Crystals.
stone.
Crystals.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Baby, I don't play. I got my sage. I got everything I need.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
You
No,
know.
honestly though, again, I appreciate every last one of you all, and I just appreciate you all today taking the time out your busy schedules. You know what I mean? I respect your time. I value who you are. That's why you on here. That's why I invited you to be on this platform. You all are very special to me. You know what I mean? And I just want to start, because this is what I do at the end of this show. I kind of give everyone their flowers and just to remind them about kind of how they feel, how I feel about them. So I just want to start with Cheap Bananas going from the top. I appreciate all your support. Everything that you continue to do for me, looking out for me, inviting me to some of your engagements to where you were invited from people that I don't communicate, associate with, have a relationship with. I just want to continue to wish you the best, congratulate you for being back on the radio, something that you know like the back of your hand, and you really good and you really prosper at. And I just want to continue to wish you the best and encourage you to stay in touch. I look forward to continue to network with you. You know what I mean? And maybe we can, become, media partners again. Well, we already media partners. That don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It just took a little pause.
I get.
But I love you though, and I'm just proud of you. To just keep going. We all have our obstacles in life, but you stayed focused, and I'm glad you're getting back to what you love and with your new opportunities. So again, I'm proud of you, and you just want to wish you the best. She Bananas, salute.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, King. And likewise, you're an amazing individual. I definitely appreciate all your support. Since I met you, since day one, there's really not one time that you'll say, oh no, unless you really can't do it. Our vibe has always just been amazing. Even when we disagree, we still find common ground. If that makes sense. And so I appreciate everything that you bring to the industry. I appreciate you being open to share your platform with so many people, because it's important. And so often in this industry we get selfish, you know what I mean, or we get big headed. We get so consumed about the money that we lose the moral compass. That word keeps coming up with me because I think until we become more morally compensated within ourselves, which is driven by our spirituality, not what everybody else is teaching. Your teaching is going to be there and it's going to guide your spirituality is going to guide it. You get what I'm saying? So thank you, for giving us a platform to share our ideas and our brands and businesses and, attack real life issues because we have these issues are real situations,
Absolutely. It's definitely one love. I appreciate you and thank you, back for all those compliments. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely always find common ground. So we'll keep going and we're going to go to the top and make billions together.
Yes,
you
And Eljay,
I'm going to I'm gonna blow the dream catcher because it's gonna catch that dream, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? And then, with Eljay, you know what I mean? You're a very special young lady. You know what I mean? You've been doing this before I was doing this, before I even knew what a microphone was. You've been on the mic representing one of our pioneers in our culture, one of the pioneers of hip hop. You know what I mean? You've done so much to open up other doors, collaborated with so many other artists. You know what I mean? Without actually, learned of you, you know what I mean? I was like, definitely, this is someone I need to celebrate and just, what I'm saying, show love to and see how I can connect with her. Because like I say, you've been doing this before. When I was still listening to Michael Jackson, you was doing this when I was still listening to Mike and trying to learn how to dance and do the moonwalking and that stuff and watching WWF. You've been doing it that long, and it's just so much love and appreciation. I appreciate what you do. You're a family person as well, just like She Bananas and Mimie. And I just love, everything that you're doing for the hip hop and being engraced in the front cover of my first magazine. This is the picture that he was talking about.
Thank you. I love it.
You definitely look like a teeny bopper, baby. Talking about why them little girls looking at you, sizing you up.
My face was itching because I don't like makeup. And they put a lot of things on my face.
But hold on one second. Hold on.
Kindred spirits, EJ. You.
Thank you.
I don't like makeup either. And it's
Yeah,
hard being in the media industry because they be trying to force you to wear that stuff.
yeah. Sometimes we got to, but I don't. I rather don't.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, LJ. I really appreciate you. I want to continue to wish you the best toward your
Thank you.
upcoming albums that you're working on. You know, with No Drought Records, and I'm just so proud that you are still keep going with all of that. And after, it's hard when you take a break
Thank you.
from something that you love to get back to it, because the longer you step away from it, the harder it is to find your pivot. You know, and you have done that, and your music sounds great, just like it always has. And I just want to
Thank you.
continue to wish you the best and safety, and much love to all of your family and all your friends, your record label, and may y'all could just continue to prosper. And you know what I mean. And your album
Thank you.
sound comes out just like how you visualized it. You know what I mean. So
Yes.
that way.
I still,
Appreciate
I
you.
still,
Salute,
I
Queen.
still, I still didn't record, but if I have to, then I can be fast. But I'm not feeling it because I want to bring a message into the messages into the world and teach the children something. But I still don't know. I still didn't found a way how because I was used to use a lot of curse words and stuff, and I don't want to curse anymore. So, but I will find my way. I will
Yes.
find.
Yes, I
You know
believe
Yeah,
you
in
will.
you.
yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
we got
Thank
faith in
you.
you. You
Yeah.
know,
Thank
Yep.
you.
it's gonna come. It ain't time. You know, it's all
Thank
in the
you.
divine. It's in divine timing. And
Yes.
when
Thank
it's
you.
ready, it's gonna be something powerful, and it's gonna be something much needed.
Thank
So don't
you.
hush.
That's right. But yeah, I love
Oh,
you,
you're so
LJ. I
sweet.
love you. I
I
love you
love you
too.
too. And I said before, I like your hair. I never saw it like this, and it looks good on you. Yeah, it's
Oh
different. I
Before he
like
yeah,
just
you,
had
you
those,
got
I
a
need to
lot
get
of
a
hair
haircut and get
now.
it braided. I gotta get
it.
it. I gotta get it twisted or get some dreads or something going on. I gotta do something with it. My mama told me to do something with it.
Yeah, but it looks good. I
You
like
got a
it.
lot of hair.
Mhm.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you got a lot of hair. I love you
Hey,
too, and I'm happy you're still with us after
yeah,
you showed me the car, that what happened with you, the car accident, but I'm happy that you're still here. You're blessed, and thank you, God, for
God's
still being here.
amazing.
Yes. Hmm.
yeah, I
Yes, I'm
appreciate
happy.
that. You know, God
Yeah.
is good. Amen. You know, he spared me
Yes.
like he spared all of us
Yeah.
to continue to
Yeah.
be here every morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. And hey, me. My co-host, me, someone that's always there, that always have my back as well. Someone that when I call on her, no matter how many 10, 12 jobs she's doing, whether she's writing for the other magazine while she writes for this magazine, whether
Uh,
she's filming another movie, acting another movie, no matter what you're doing, working with music artists, you always pick up the phone, you always text me back, respond, and I just appreciate that and always go out your way when I'm like, hey, I got another show I want you to be involved with. I got this going on. You like, just tell me when. It's
Right.
just like, just give me the date and I'm going to fit you in. And I appreciate that. And I don't know how you do it, or, I'm not going to question why. I'm just going to always just be grateful that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Because I don't be thinking like I'm that special for people like everyone on this panel to make time for me, when I call on you. But I'm grateful that you all make time. And Mimi, you know what I mean? I just love you as well. And just
Thank you,
continue to
sir.
want to
yeah.
congratulate you for the new movie that you have coming out with the new other artists
Thank
and people that you're working with. I'm proud of you. Always, I love you. And I just appreciate you again for just always making time for someone like myself who was admired by, what you've done in this industry for over the last 30 some years. You know
thank
what I
you.
mean? This, everything. So, you're an inspiration as well. Just like LJ's an inspiration, just like She Banana's an inspiration.
Yes.
And,
Thank you.
I just
Mhm.
continue to look up to people like yourself, Mimi, and man, I just want to again thank you and salute and pray that, you continue to have safety and prosper and to continue success for everything that you're doing. And that way. Thank
I
you for
love
being
it.
my co-host.
I love it. I actually love it. I love
You're
all
so
of that.
beautiful.
I believe it and I receive it and I love it. And
Yeah.
uh,
Oh.
thank you so much for all that you do as well. Because at the end of the day, you have brought a lot of people together. And
Mhm.
because of you, I've met so many more wonderful people. I got my sisters here. My brother just left a little while ago. Like,
Yes.
and we're all in this you don't bring anybody on here that's not supposed to be here. For whatever reason, we're all supposed to interconnect, and it feels really good. It's a very positive vibe. And that's the reason why I take the time to give you my time, because I know that it's a positive, it's a movement. You're doing something that you don't know that you're doing. You know, and sometimes we move in a specific order, and it's gonna happen one day when you say, hey, look, I need all the people that have been on my show to be at this spot because this is what I got going on and I want to celebrate you. Everybody coming from all different cities and states to join you where you at, because you said, come on, I said it, management says it best. Come on, let's make it happen. Let's do this. And we show up because you got all these wonderful spirits coming together. And at the end of the day, we all need one another when we are in a realm. It's a place that is a purpose. And we're all here for that purpose. And this platform gives others in the industry the opportunity to grow and flow. And it feels good. You know, I can go back and look at my video from a year ago and be like, wow, I said all that. Oh wow, okay, yeah, I'm that chick, you know, and it feels really good. And I go into the other shows and I listen to everything that everybody says and go in to see what it is that they're doing, and they're really doing it, and you know, it feels good. It
feels good.
You do something that you don't know that you're doing, but it's an awesome thing that you're doing, and I just want to I appreciate you. When I saw the pictures from your car wreck, it was unbelievable. If those pictures were shown and I had not seen you yet, I would have freaked out. Because them pictures say that something else was supposed to happen, but for you to get out of there without a scratch, God has a plan for you. So
Amen.
What I tell you, ain't that what I told you? Ain't that what I told you? I said it. And look, you know, not
already.
Baby, I told
everything
you,
that you say,
it's
that's what I feel in my heart.
Yeah, much love. You know, I love all y'all, you know what I mean? And thank you so much for, again, you know, the compliments back, you know what I mean? And, you know, just making y'all time, you know what I mean? Eljay, I know, again, you supposed to be sleep. This like, you know, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for you right now.
Oh, it's about 3 o'clock now. It's almost 3, huh?
Right.
And I gotta wake
you
up
know,
at 8. I gotta wake up in 5 hours.
Well, look, ladies, it's been beautiful. Thank you guys so much. We got to stay connected, because I tell people all the time, just stay connected with me. You know what I'm saying? Send me a message. We're all here together. We've got each other's information. You know, let's stay connected.
We are.
Yes, we
this
will.
This ain't the first time we're going to get together on the platform. I told you I make my return. I'm on a lot of different platforms.
Let's do it.
We about to go hard. You feel what the young people say? Whatever you say, we say it 2 times. Hard. You feel me? To the top. But I gotta go though, y'all, because I gotta get my butt, you know, to my
thank you so much for being on the show.
I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for coming to the square table.
Day. Yes. Enjoy your time, okay? I'll follow all y'all. But before I go, make sure y'all follow me.
Right, absolutely.
Y'all got a new friend. I got some new sisters, not friends. We sisters. We locked in. We really locked in. But
forever.
For all those that's watching, I need y'all to follow me. My name is Chiqueta Banana on all platforms, ChiQueta. You can also just put in She Bananas, ChiBananas, because She Bananas. Follow me.
Tomorrow I will send you all a message, and I said it for the information.
And send me music too. I play all kind of music, so it ain't gotta be new music. Send me some of your stuff, okay? Until you get ready, okay?
Oh, so cute. Thank you.
You are amazing. Thank you.
Yes,
I can't wait. I said it. You are a blessing. You keep on being that blessing. You know what I say? Be a blessing to somebody other than yourself today. I'm out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's right.
Bye. Love
Peace, Queen.
you.
And
Okay. I'm
LJ,
going to sleep.
please
Yes.
tell people how they can continue to support you and promote your music and help and support what you're doing, and how they can
Oh,
find you.
For now, I'm using the Instagram page, the first Melanesian femc of the world, and
Yeah.
but how do you say it? My boss, he opened a new store, so I'm busy with the store. But after it's done, finished, then I'm gonna work on the website.
Nice.
So I don't have, so I only have the Instagram for now.
And that's fine. We'll find
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Love
That's cool.
you.
One love.
Love you
Okay.
too.
Always.
One
Appreciate
love.
you.
Bye. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, hit me up
Salute.
anytime.
Salute. And the
Get your
pinky, the
rest. Thank
pinky.
you.
Yes.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Love. Thank you.
Love. Bye.
All right. Good night.
Wow.
Mimie. Yeah, another great show. I'm so excited. I'm grateful. You know, everyone. You know, that was a great conversation. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
You know, they both Cocaine and She Bananas, where they was going back and forth, it really lit a fire under the subject
I
matter. You
love
know what I
it.
mean? So man, I love that.
Yes. It's really good to have different perspectives. And then there's that
Right.
mutual respect, for one another's opinions. So I loved it. Very good show.
Yep, absolutely. Congratulations and thank you for all your great input and
Thank
everything
you.
that you continue to just always bring to the square table. You know what I mean? When we come get back on our square, only at the square table with me and
That's right.
Mimi. You know what I'm talking about? So man, thank you for everyone that was here, that tuned in. Later when everyone see this, please share this video. Continue to please support Mimi. And again, how can they support you
At
and promote
M.I.A.
what you do?
Entertainment Group on Instagram, or Mimie Acosta 1, 2, or 3 on Facebook. You guys can find me anywhere. Just Google me. Mimie Acosta.
That's right. That's right. And I highly recommend that you do. This is her logo.
Yeah, you see that logo? You got me.
That's right. It's official.
Official.
Yes, ma'am. And
Thank
again, thank you so much for being on the upcoming issue of I Said It Management Global
I
Networking
love
Magazine.
it. Beautiful.
Yeah. I love that picture that you submitted for this. I
Thank
love
you.
that. Look great. But yeah, this is gonna be published. You know, we looking at 7/11. You know, that's July the 11th, 2022. So you know, we
My
excited
numbers.
about
Let's
that.
go.
That's right. So yeah, again, thank you for everyone that's tuned in. You know, as I close out the show, I just always continue to show a couple more flyers and everything, upcoming events, anything that we're doing. So I love it.
Yes.
So again, thank you for everyone that was able to tune in today at the square table. And again, this was some of our guests. Shout out again to Eljay Wicks, the one and only. She's again a pioneer in hip hop, first Asian MC, first Dutch female MC, and first lady of Ultramagnetics. Then we also had youth advocate and celebrity radio personality right out of Chicago, my friend She Bananas. And then also the king of G Funk with his new album, Architects of G Funk, along with Code 187. And again, he's the most collaborated artist ever in hip hop. He has over 4,000 songs, which is just like, man, just incredible. Like that's talking about working. And he's still in the studio putting in another song. And he has so many songs with Snoop as well. So shout out to Snoop. That song Stacey Adams, that was him singing on the hook. If
Right.
anyone ever heard it, like that's the joint right there. Stacey Adams, that was him singing on the hook. So like, man, I love that song too. So hey, I'm just grateful to have him on the show, and man, and everyone that was able to make it. So again, real quick, this is actually my next event. I continue to invite everyone out. I hope that everyone can be there. That's within the area, of course. I'm going to be in Bloomington, 107 West Front Street at Jazz Up Front. and it's called Show Off Your Talent Concert, and it's free entry. So I recommend everyone come. You know what I mean? You don't have to pay $1. You know what I mean? Just come and be entertained by the headliners, both Analog Soul Sighting and my brother Dylan, and see the meet and greet with the young lady who's a friend of mine, and also the host of From Her Point of View talk show that comes on the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month, along with Lily the goddess. So I'm gonna be doing a meet and greet and live interview with her. So you all don't want to miss that. It's gonna be real fun.
Nice.
Also, again, shout out always to our friends over at XOD. You know, make sure you all support the next upcoming event, Stump the City, which is an iconic award show at the Cannon Center, and it's going to be featuring some great people in their award recipients, such as Lisa Ray and Keith Robinson and Pound Cake and Sir Charles Jones and more. You know, even live performances by legendary Troop and High Five and Rough Ends, Little Chat, man, so many more. So make sure you all get the crime up. So make sure you all go and support that. That's out in the ATL where Mimie holding it down in the A. And then you know, as well, again, always have to support and show the backdrop. You know, this is what's in my background, but for everyone that can't be seen right now, this is who it is right here. Shout out to everyone on here. Definitely support everyone that's on this backdrop. These are very special brands and people and businesses that you all should know. And then also make sure you all download the XOD from any smart device that you have around. You can even download it while you're playing your Xbox, PlayStation. And they reach over 171 countries, streaming up to 2 billion people, which is just like remarkable. And I'm just grateful to be part of the family at XOD Network. Shout out to Dominique Mitchell, one of the CEOs. So again, I want to shout out to my friend Laura Jala, and this is one of a magazine that's going to be coming out towards somewhere around August, September, and she's actually Miss Europe 2020, and she's actually an international French supermodel. And man, I'm just grateful to have her on the first cover of Models Like Us magazine. If you like to be inside Models Like Us magazine, you can contact me. So, and then, you know, shout out to our friends over at Radio Impact. You know, if you all want some radio and music spun, you know, you can, this how you can contact them. Shout out to the legendary DJ King Assassin out there in LA, and the legendary DJ Green Guy holding down out LA, but originally from Philly. And then last but not least, you know, again, always, you know, we have some of our media. So shout out to 98.2 The Beat. Shout out to CB and the boys. Much respect to Crystal, Roger, and help me out. I don't know why I always forget the last brother name.
George.
and George, right, the producer of it, you know. And man, I love how he been adding more clips and stuff like that, just making the show even better and better.
Yes.
So and then of course it's featuring our friend right here, Mimie. She's one of the hosts of that show as well. Shout out to again She Bananas, who's one of our media partners, and Soul on the Streets out of New York. Then when it comes to TV partners, we have The Boss of Real Life Matter. She's holding us down in the Barbados, over in Canada, and New York Tri-City states. Then also shout out to Life and Entertainment, where you can find my show, I Said It Management, on the XOD network. So lifeentertainment.com, xodnetwork.com. Shout out to Top 12 TV. And of course, visit IsaidItTV.com all the time. So man, I think that pretty much like wraps it up. You know, any shout outs on Mimie
That
today?
wraps it up. Look, no shout outs today. Just shout out to God. Thank you, Father God, for keeping us safe and sound and back
Amen.
here.
All
Shout out
day.
to all my projects and all my teams. It's too numerous to mention. So one love
I
to
know
every
it.
single one of you, and one love to every single one of you entertainers, artists, models, actors. If you're in the entertainment industry, one love, God bless. You guys be safe out there because it's a crazy world. So be safe.
That's right. Amen. And man, have a great day. Thank you again for making your time to just be here like all the time and always the first one here. You always beat me here. And so man, much love and respect and salute and be safe and enjoy your rest of your week. Peace,
Yes.
Queen.
Peace to you too. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Blessings.
All righty. Blessings.
Hey, make sure y'all support the Square Table featuring and hosted by myself, I Said It, and the legendary Mimie. You already know why, because I said it. Peace.